You're watching a Highwire Media podcast.
Have you ever heard of a scam so elaborate that it fooled some of the most savvy professionals in Hollywood? Hollywood Con Queen is one such story, a tale of deception and manipulation that lured countless victims into its traps. How did a single individual manage to impersonate high-profile Hollywood executives and convince industry professionals to travel halfway across the world, only to be left penniless and humiliated? What kind of psychological tactics were employed to pull off such an intricate scam? And most importantly, who was behind this notorious con? Tonight, we're going to dive deep into the fascinating and complex web of the Hollywood Con Queen scam. We'll uncover the methods used by the scammer, the personal stories of the victims who fell prey to this deception, and the relentless investigation that ultimately brought the truth to light. Prepare yourself for a gripping journey into one of the most sophisticated cons in recent history, one that reveals the dark side of ambition and the vulnerability of those seeking their big break in the entertainment industry. The Hollywood Con Queen scam is a remarkable tale of deception that targeted Hollywood professionals from various sectors of the industry. If you didn't want your online presence to be discovered, to be tracked, what would you use? The only answer is NordVPN. That's what I used when I was researching these stories. In almost every single video you have seen on this channel, I use NordVPN because nothing is truly worse than saying this content is not available in your location. Frankly, I just won't. Yeah, I just won't have it, right? But thankfully, I don't have to with Nord. I tried out a few different VPN providers because there's a few out there in the game, but once I switched to NordVPN, I never went back. It's not only the most reliable, it's the safest, the best value for your money. It's just the best. And not only that, Nord doesn't only keep your location safe and secure, hiding your IP address. Nord also has incredible features like Nord's MeshNet, where you can safely connect to any other device in the world. Need to share files? Do so safely with Nord. Or Bet, a password manager, a data scanner. Or how about Nord's threat protection that keeps you safe from any hackers, malicious websites, trackers, phishing, and ransomware. Nord's goal is, and always has been, to make the internet better than it is right this very second. Free from online trash, surveillance, and censorship. Because that's three things. Listen, online freedom is something we can all get behind, so become safer with a click by downloading NordVPN today. And if you use my special link in the description, you can get an exclusive detail. Exclusive means just for you. If you get a NordVPN 2-year plan, guess what? You get 4 months for free. So get that 2-year plan and get those 4 months for free using the link in the description and have a better internet today. Thank you so much to NordVPN for sponsoring this video. The scam began around 2013 and continued for several years, exploiting the dreams and ambitions of individuals looking to make a name for themselves in the competitive world of entertainment. The scammer, known as the Hollywood Con Queen, impersonated high-profile Hollywood executives such as Amy Pascal from Sony Pictures and Kathleen Kennedy from Lucasfilms. These impersonations were not merely casual, they were meticulously planned, often involving multiple phone calls and emails that appeared legitimate. The Con Queen would offer lucrative job opportunities, promising roles in upcoming films, photo shoots, or other prestigious projects. Victims were often asked to travel to Indonesia for these opportunities. The scammer would arrange their flights, hotels, and even provide detailed itineraries, all of which seemed highly professional. Once in Indonesia, the victims were required to pay various local expenses up front, such as driver fees, security, and even production costs, with the promise of reimbursement upon the return. However, once the money was paid, the Con Queen would just disappear, leaving the victim stranded and out thousands of dollars. This scam was not only financially devastating, but also emotionally taxing. Many victims felt humiliated and betrayed, having been manipulated by someone they believed to be a reputable industry figure. The scammer's ability to convincingly impersonate well-known executives and create a facade of authenticity was a testament to their cunning and sophisticated tactics. While the scam involved the impersonation of several high-profile Hollywood figures, The true mastermind behind the con remained elusive for many years. The primary suspect in the investigation was Arjabin Tahil Rahmani, an Indonesian man with a history of fraud and impersonation. Tahil Rahmani was adept at mimicking voices and mannerisms, which he used to convincingly impersonate various Hollywood executives. Rahmani's extensive network and knowledge of the entertainment industry enabled him to carry out this scam with precision. He utilized online resources, social media, and industry databases to gather information on his targets and their professional backgrounds. This allowed him to tailor his approach and make his impersonations more believable. In addition to Tahil Rahmani, several other individuals were suspected of being involved in the scam, either as accomplices or as part of a broader criminal network. However, the investigation primarily focused on Tahil Rahmani due to the overwhelming evidence linking him to the impersonations and financial transactions. The scam's complexity and the con queen's ability to evade capture for so long highlighted the challenges law enforcement faced in tracking down the perpetrator. It wasn't until 2020 that significant progress was made in the case. Tahil Rahmani was arrested in the UK following a collaborative effort between the FBI and international law enforcement. His arrest brought some closure to the victims and shed light on the intricate operations of the Hollywood con queen scam. The Hollywood con queen scam is a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities within the industry and the lengths to which some individuals will go to exploit others' dreams and ambitions. As we continue to unravel this story, we'll talk about some of the victims themselves and explore the investigation that ultimately brought the con queen's reign of deception to an end. The Hollywood con queen scam left a trail of devastation, both financially and emotionally, among its victims. These were not just random individuals, but professionals deeply embedded in the Hollywood industry, all lured to the promise of career-defining opportunities. So now we're going to dive into their personal stories and the profound impacts the scam had on their lives. One of the first victims to come forward was British cinematographer Donnie, who received an enticing job offer to work on a major film project in Indonesia. The offer seemed legitimate, complete with official-looking documents and contracts. Upon arriving in Jakarta, he was greeted by a driver and taken to a hotel, all prearranged by the supposed production team. However, once on location, he was asked to cover various unforeseen expenses, including transportation, security, and location fees, which he was assured would be reimbursed. Similarly, actress and producer Jessica was approached by someone claiming to be a top executive at a major studio, offering her a role in a high-budget movie. Eager to seize the opportunity, she flew to Indonesia, where she too faced unexpected costs. She was told these expenses were standard and necessary for the production. And like Danny, she paid out of her pocket, believing the promises of reimbursement. Another victim, a stunt coordinator named Michael, received an email from what appeared to be a reputable talent agency. The email detailed a thrilling opportunity to coordinate stunts for a blockbuster action film. The correspondence was thorough, including a signed contract and detailed itinerary. Once in Indonesia, Michael was told that the production budget had temporarily stalled and that he needed to front the cost for equipment rentals and local crew wages. Trusting the professional facade, he complied, only to find himself ghosted once the payments were made. The financial toll on these victims was significant. Each of them lost thousands of dollars, which for many represented a substantial portion of their savings. Danny, for instance, lost nearly $10,000, money he had saved over years of hard work in the industry. Jessica's losses amounted to over $15,000, a crippling blow that forced her to put her career on hold as she struggled to recover financially. Michael's story is particularly heartbreaking. He had invested all of his savings into this supposed opportunity, hoping it would be the breakthrough he needed to establish his career in Hollywood. Instead, he found himself nearly bankrupt, struggling to pay off the debts he incurred during the trip. The financial stress was compounded by the emotional strain of having been deceived so thoroughly. The emotional impact was perhaps even more profound. Victims reported feelings of humiliation, betrayal, and a profound sense of disillusionment with the industry they had long aspired to be a part of. Danny spoke about the shame he felt in admitting he had been conned, fearing it would tarnish his reputation and credibility within the industry. Jessica described the emotional roller coaster of initially feeling elated by the opportunity, only to be crushed by the realization that it was all a lie. Many victims experienced a loss of trust, not just in potential employers, but in the industry as a whole. They became wary of new opportunities, fearing they might be too good to be true. This pervasive mistrust made it difficult for them to rebuild their careers, as they hesitated to engage with legitimate offers, suspecting they might be scams as well. Moreover, the psychological manipulation involved in the scam had long-lasting effects. The con queen used sophisticated techniques to create a sense of urgency and dependency, making the victims feel as though they were on the brink of a major breakthrough. This manipulation often led to a deep sense of personal failure when the truth was revealed. Victims like Michael expressed feelings of worthlessness and self-doubt, questioning their judgment and competence. Support groups and forums became a lifeline for many victims, providing a space to share their experiences and seek advice. These communities were crucial in helping victims realize they were not alone and that the scam was not a reflection of their professional abilities or intelligence. For some, therapy was necessary to process the trauma and rebuild their confidence. Despite the financial and emotional hardships, the resilience of these victims shines through. Many of them have used their experiences to raise awareness about such scams, speaking out in industry forums and media to help prevent others from falling into similar traps. Their stories have prompted discussions about the need for better safeguards and verification processes in the industry to protect professionals from such deceitful practices. The Hollywood con queen scam serves as a cautionary tale about the lengths to which con artists will go to exploit the dreams and ambitions of hardworking individuals. The personal stories of Danny, Jessica, Michael, and many others are a testament to the enduring spirit of those who, despite being scammed, continue to pursue their passions and contribute to the industry they love. As we continue, it is crucial to learn from these experiences, ensuring a safer and more trustworthy environment for all professionals in the entertainment industry. The scam, with its elaborate deceit and numerous victims, prompted a multi-year investigation that ultimately led to the arrest of the mastermind behind it. We're going to take a closer look at how the scam was uncovered and the key steps taken by investigators to bring the perpetrator to justice. The scam came to light gradually as more victims began to realize they had been deceived and started sharing their experiences. Initially, many of the victims felt too embarrassed to report their losses, fearing it would damage their professional reputations. However, as stories of the scam began to circulate within Hollywood circles, a pattern emerged, suggesting a single orchestrator behind this con. One of the pivotal moments in uncovering the scam was when a group of victims formed an online support group. Through this platform, they discovered striking similarities in their experiences. The same executives being impersonated, similar demands for upfront payments, and identical locations in Indonesia. This collective sharing of information was crucial in piecing together the broader picture of the scam. Journalists also played a significant role in bringing the scam to public attention. Investigative reporters from various media outlets, including The Hollywood Reporter and Vanity Fair, began delving into the details, interviewing victims, and compiling evidence. Their in-depth articles helped to raise awareness and lend legitimacy to the victims' claims, which in turn prompted law enforcement to take action. Investigators began by compiling detailed testimonies from the victims. Each account provided valuable insights into the scam's modus operandi, the impersonated identities, and the methods used to lure and deceive the victims. These testimonies were crucial in establishing a pattern and confirming that the scam was the work of a single individual or group. One of the most significant breakthroughs came from tracking the financial transactions. Victims were asked to wire money to various accounts, often located in Indonesia. By analyzing the transactions, investigators were able to identify common recipients and follow the money trail. This financial analysis revealed the complexity of the scam, with funds being moved through multiple accounts to obscure the ultimate recipient. Given the cross-border nature of the scam, collaboration with international law enforcement was essential. The FBI in particular worked closely with authorities in Indonesia, the United Kingdom, and other countries where victims were located. This cooperation facilitated the exchange of information and resources, allowing for a more comprehensive investigation. Digital forensics played a pivotal role in the investigation. By examining the emails, phone calls, and online communications used by the Con Queen, investigators could trace the IP addresses and digital fingerprints back to the source. This technical analysis helped to pinpoint the location of the scammer and provide concrete evidence linking them to the fraudulent activities. Through meticulous investigation, the primary suspect was identified as Tahil Rahmani, an Indonesian man with a history of fraud and impersonation. Tahil Rahmani, also known as Gobind Lal Tahil, was found to have an extensive background in voice impersonation and a deep understanding of the entertainment industry, which he exploited to carry out the scam. Investigators were struck by his ability to mimic the voices, speech patterns, and communication styles of several high-profile Hollywood executives. He used this skill to craft entirely believable personas, convincing victims they were communicating with legitimate, powerful industry figures. His familiarity with industry lingo, roles, and workflows further sold the illusion, allowing him to gain trust quickly. In 2020, after years of investigation, Tahil Rahmani was finally arrested in Manchester, UK, where he had been residing under a different identity. His arrest was the result of a coordinated effort between the FBI and UK authorities. Following his arrest, efforts began to extradite him to the United States to face charges related to the scam. The U.S. government pursued him for a range of offenses, including wire fraud, aggravated identity theft, and conspiracy to commit fraud. The legal proceedings against Tahil Rahmani are ongoing. He faces multiple federal charges in the U.S., and the case has garnered significant media attention. Prosecuting an international fraud is notoriously complex, involving extradition agreements, evidence sharing between countries, and compliance with differing legal systems. The testimonies of the victim and the extensive body of evidence, emails, call logs, bank records, and undercover records, are central to the prosecution's case. In response to the scam, the entertainment industry began implementing measures to prevent similar incidents in the future. The sheer scale and sophistication of the Con Queen operation served as a wake-up call for studios, agencies, and professionals. One of the most immediate changes was the introduction of stricter verification processes for job offers and contracts. Studios and agencies began encouraging individuals to confirm the authenticity of opportunities through official company channels before engaging or traveling. Many started adopting internal protocols for vetting unsolicited job offers, especially those involving international travel or requests for personal expenses. Additionally, fraud awareness and training programs were launched within companies and unions to educate industry workers on how to spot red flags. This included guidance on how to verify identities, question unusual requests for payments, and report suspicious behavior. Talent agencies and management companies also began issuing regular bulletins warning clients about current scams. The Hollywood Con Queen scam serves as a powerful reminder of the vulnerabilities within the entertainment industry and the importance of vigilance against fraud. It underscores the necessity for thorough verification of job offers, especially those that come with unusually lucrative promises or require upfront payments and international commitments. Professionals must remain cautious and conduct due diligence before committing to opportunities, no matter how legitimate they might appear. The sophistication of the Con Queen's operation demonstrated that even the most seasoned and experienced professionals can be deceived without proper safeguards. The bravery of the victims in sharing their stories has not only helped uncover the scam, but also provided valuable lessons for others in the industry. Their willingness to come forward, despite fear of embarrassment or reputational harm, sparked an international investigation and industry-wide reforms. Their stories continue to resonate, serving both as a cautionary tale and a call for systemic improvement. As we reflect on this complex web of deceit, it's clear that the resilience and determination of those affected have led to meaningful change. Their efforts have paved the way for greater awareness, stronger protections, and a renewed focus on integrity and accountability within the entertainment world. If you found this video informative and engaging, please subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. Your support helps us continue to bring you in-depth stories and updates in the true crime world. Don't forget to share this video to spread awareness about the Hollywood con queen scam and protect others from falling victim to similar cons. And if you want to support the channel financially, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/TCNS. As always, thank you for watching and stay tuned for more true crime stories and investigations. And with that, we'll see you next time.